Uh, just finished another anime yesterday. Pretty happy about that. Finally. Darling in the Franks is pretty good, but yeah. Anyways, what's up, everybody? My name's Chicken Bum. Welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. Got the last day of the story of whatever is left of this event. There is a little bit extra left, as I thought it would be, which was a little bit of whatever it is that's left is like a little bit of extra stuff, which is not in the form of a large story quest, but like in a little one, like the last one was. So this could be like 30 minutes to like 40 something minutes, something like that. It's nothing too crazy. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what happens in this last little bit of story beat. Anyways, how have y'all been doing? Got this thumbnail ready. Also, I'll be streaming again on Monday and Tuesday. I think I'm going to have to separate them both. Because we're not really done farming Chengyu Vale. So, I like to do another stream tomorrow. Not really for that reason, but tomorrow there's a different reason entirely. On Tuesday, I'm going to do Chengyu Vale. Monday, we actually are going to do the event festivities stuff, the mini games and whatnot. Because I want to do most of them, hopefully, on one day. If it isn't already by Monday, I have no idea because I haven't done the event yet. Need to get all the freebies and whatnot at this point for doing the event and whatnot. I look forward to doing it, even though I'm pretty nervous to do so. So, yeah. I've been watching people play that Poppy's Playtime game. It's pretty hectic. Anyways, how is the microphone is doing? Sounds okay. Sounds pretty good. Thing that's crazy though is that I've been looking into getting a new microphone recently. I found something that quite interested me to a point that I'm like, if I do this, it might actually be an upgrade, and I think I might have to consider it one day. I'm just unsure as to when I want to do that. So we'll just have to find out when that time comes. But for now, back to this.
You can feel the heartbeat of the world.
We got commission and whatnot, and this last little bit of story beat right there. I have no idea how long it is, but I dedicate this stream for this just because last Lancerite, it was like 30 minutes to an hour. I remember it was somewhere over 30 minutes. Should I go down here? I think I should start from down here and make my way around and do all of these. I'll be able to get almost all of them. I might actually pick them all up in that small area around this waypoint. So, not a lot of stuff has happened lately. You know, outside of everything, outside of like me watching anime and finishing Darling in the Franxx, and there anything else? I don't know. Not a lot of stuff happened other than the Super Bowl going on right now, so I don't know if anyone's gonna be watching that, but people are most likely watching that. It's understandable. I haven't been too.
Beautiful
I didn't
treasures
have
are
much
a
thought
cause for
into
great
football. I
happiness.
haven't watched it in a long time, so I just don't do it. I know my father still does. Hmm.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness. Next on the agenda.
Right. Solidify.
I'm going in. There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
We'll get this next one by this next waypoint and then go back to the other side.
We're way behind schedule.
Did I get this one? I mean, if it's on the map, no, I didn't, but I was just curious.
Stabilize.
Teamwork is dreamwork. There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then. Next on the agenda.
Let's go across here. Get this one and go back down. I think I only need 4 more chests and we're done. Actually...
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Why did that move?
We're way behind schedule.
After we get the last few, this should be it, because we only need 3 more. Yep, 3 more.
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract. Next on the...
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
What's up, homie? I didn't know if you would actually be here, because I know the Super Bowl's going on right now, because both my parents are watching it right now. Oh, there's the chest. Oh, hello. Goodbye.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
I'll be streaming back to back for the next 2 extra days after today. I'll do Monday reset and Tuesday, because I'm probably just gonna separate the 2, even though I have a feeling that I might end up regretting that. But I'll have to see. I don't think I have every world quest finished. I still haven't done these other ones yet either. Still got next Friday for Shanyun story quests, which will be cool, I guess. Will this reset? I don't think it will. I think it's still gonna make me wait one more day. Yeah, it's gonna make me wait one more day. So, still got stuff to do. Oh, first, give me this.
Thank you for
Alright. 7. Ugh, I might max him out tomorrow. I think I might. Probably not, but he is gonna max out next week no matter what, so it doesn't really matter. It could very well be on Monday stream or it could be on Tuesday stream, since I'm separating both of them tomorrow. Because I don't know how long the events are gonna take me to do, but we'll do all the event stuff from Lance right tomorrow. Which I don't know if every one of them are going to be available today or not, but we'll have to see. Damn, I got 95 of the Clearwater Jade, man.
Whoever pays the most is your new boss.
I can't wait to build Dia when the time comes. It's just crazy that her friendship is 7 right now. I don't know how her friendship 7 girl hasn't maxed out. I remember the only thing that made sense to me is I kept taking him out of the Sun of Teapot to do other characters, which was when I was in the Sumeru one. I still haven't worked on the Fontaine one yet. I'm considering doing it after New Light reruns because I don't want to have him on my mind while I'm farming this domain. I'd rather be doing something different. Just a different mindset, so to speak. But either way, got our pet grind, usual. I had to do a refresh, so we have 5 condensed resin runs. I may or may not do a double refresh Monday. I'm probably going to do this a little bit more lately as to just...
It is something of a luxury, but I love listening to the rain.
Well, I guess it's going to be raining. Okay. I would love to change the time so I don't have to deal with the rain, but I can't do that this time. Speaking of that, it was thundering earlier. I don't even know if it rained outside or not, but... times are changing. It's February. We're not in spring anime yet, but man, I can't wait for spring anime, dude. I still can't wait for that. There's going to be some decent spring anime this year. Summer's also going to be exciting, but spring is always when Demon Slayer comes back around. I'm always excited for that.
Born of ice and frost, for
Yeah.
Lapis.
Solidify!
Yes, I'm going in!
Aha, aha.
Next on the agenda.
Alright. Press one of many. Oh. I mean, I'll try it, I guess. Ooh, I wish this was not looking like that. I might still try it. I might have to. I mean, at least it's 4-line. With a single crit, you never know what can happen. But man, it's gonna be hard to beat the one I already have on Farina. Actually, not from the feather standpoint. The feather would actually have to be pretty cracked. not having crit rate is kind of a problem though. Not having crit rate on that, I need that to have double. I need double crit on that. But it's not the end of the world for the feather if it doesn't have it, because I am running a J cutter, so you never know. The value of that could be really cracked. Alright. I hate this circlet. Like, if it's a crit rate circlet, it has to. It's not ifs, ands, or buts about it. It has to have crit damage from this set. Like, that says the same for Golden Troop for me to even want to roll it, but like, for Marshall Hunter, if it doesn't have crit damage, this piece falls short of a crit damage circlet, because a crit damage circlet is more favorable in this set regardless, which is kind of what makes this circlet really sad. I see a lot of potential on that feather though. Even though I'm like at like a really teetering boiling point with Golden Troop, Marshall Hunter keeps delivering something. Speaking of that, I just remembered something important. I'll talk about that later. I did get a new piece that I never put on my community post. Uh-oh. Okay. I thought I didn't have enough energy for a second. It's perfect substats. It'd be a waste to not try it.
No touching. All hail. Everybody stand. Eat this.
Oh, pretty good run. Well, nicely done. Ooh, another locked piece. You know what that means? It is a crit rate circlet with a crit damage subset, or it's a crit damage circlet with a crit rate subset. Crit rate circlet with a crit damage subset. Alright, I am down to roll that. Oh my god, what is with the feathers today? Yo, it's not double crit, but I will try this because the type of Freyna build I have is very specific. This has so much potential. I am looking forward to this as well.
This is long overdue.
You know what's crazy? I just realized that crit rate circlet that we got, I think that's our second ever crit rate circlet, a crit damage subset from our Sasei Hunter, if I'm not mistaken. That's crazy to think about. Alright, final run up to date. Alright. If this was on Mars, I'd say Hunter, I would have tried it. But on Golden Trip, nah. On my second count, I would have. Alright, now we got something to talk about. Alright, so yesterday, while I wasn't streaming, I got a new artifact. I got this right here. I don't know what to do with this flower right now, though. But I did get this. I was like, ooh, there's a Noel piece. And then I can't even use Marshall in Noel with that piece because this piece is literally the same one, but, you know, has that roll in the crit rate that the other one doesn't have. Yeah, that's a damn shame. Couldn't use it. So it's still a piece that's worth keeping because I think it's the most crit damage I have on a flower. Oh, never mind. Well, it does crit damage at a crit rate subset, but I mean, this has a crit rate roll in the subset. I don't know, man. All right, let's try some of these pieces. We got some pieces today. I was not. This is a Shenhe artifact, but Jin Yoon also wants to use this type of artifact. Since I know that I want her, and I will put her on my list of characters I want to get one day. I don't know what the hell I would use this on. It is so good though. It is so good that it's hard for me to just toss it. Because now I actually have a reason to keep this. I don't know how to feel about that though. But I'll keep it for now. Until I get her. So, keep it at that. I don't think there's anything for goblins. Was there anything for sand? Nah, so it's just feathers now. We got several good good feathers to try, but let's try this one first. Okay. Let's try the crit rate one. What the heck do I do with that? A part of me want to say in my head, oh, this would be good for that. Nah. Nah. Shit. That is literally the worst it could have rolled. Damn it. Please let one of these give a lot of crit damage and HP percent and some ER. Like, you can dabble. It's a 4-line. I just need at least 20 crit damage on it. When I said dabble, I didn't mean EM. What the hell do I do with this? 30 plus? Ooh. What the hell do I do with this? It not going into ER once kind of ruined this piece for me, though. A part of me is gonna hold on to it, and I'll test this later. The HP percent roll might have saved this piece, though. The thing is that it's not even because the crit rate. It's just I really needed this to not have that. I don't know. Here for 196. I'm top 13 in the world, baby, with this freaking build. So this gives me a little bit of ER, but it also gives me some HP percent. But then I lose a little bit of crit rate. Would this be worth it? I don't think it will be, but I still want to see where it puts me on the Akasha. If it ends up being lower, I will toss this though. Because then that means it has to be double crit to improve, which will be a shame if that ends up being true. In the meantime, we have this beautiful artifact right here. We're going to try this and slow our roll here. Oh boy. The substats could be much better, honestly. Okay, let the last roll be crit damage, and this piece could be pretty decent. Hey! It's been a while since I've gotten an okay circlet. I'll take that. The most okay circlet I ever seen. It does look kind of bad though, but that flat HP might actually have a virtue, okay? Like not having HP percent might make up for that factor. 2 flat HP, 2 crit damage, I will take that. And it's our first held crit rate circlet from our Shase Hunter. It only took me 4 patches to get one. Well, when it comes to good or decent or okay circlet, it is an okay circlet. Subtests are just not there. I have these circlets, but you know, luck has not shined on me. I'm hoping I get another chance, man. I am hoping on that. I am hoping on that. But anyways, some time passed. I'm going to check something real quick. I want to check. I'm pretty excited to check this, even though it might not be what I'm expecting. But I'm still going to check anyways. If it didn't change, then that's it. That means I need I need 2 subsets, which that's asking for a lot. Actually, no. I do have a scenario where it could be better, but that's asking for a lot still. Okay, never mind. It hasn't updated. No. Give it some time. Let's give it some time. I need to see how this build fares in the Akasha system before we move on, because I need to know. I feel like my rate lowered a little bit too much to be considered, but I need to know. I'm too interested to know. It's just the problem is, as good as this feather may look, I still think not having crit rate on it is gonna ruin it. Just by simply existing, you could have 2.7 crit rate that would still be better than that. Not having it, we'll see. We will see soon enough. Okay, this hasn't changed yet. So, In the meantime, that's what I'll do.
Should we
Is there
really be off
anything
this route?
else I got outside of Orphet Rose? Oh yeah, outside of that, where's my Noel build? Could show that real quick. Because right now she's gonna hold on to it because I don't see a need to do Marshase Hu Tao. I tried to do a new build with like other things, but it's just I can't make it work. I can't change with the build that I had her on. But look at this. Having low ER kind of blows in this team though, but I can find a way to get this to be functionable and not like whatever. But it's looking kind of good with Marshase Hunter, given I get 36% crit rate, so I'm pretty close to max crit rate when it comes to everything being used. I can't wait to use this character to see where her damage is at. I actually genuinely think it's going to be pretty good damage overall. We have Feather, Flower, Circlet, Onset Goblin, and the Sands. So yeah. And survey says it is weaker. Well, that means I'm tossing it. I'm teetering at 17% though. Intriguing. Intriguing. Okay, that's fine. That means it's not better than my current build because my current build is lacking one thing. That really sucks. It's hard to replace the piece that I have. That means it literally just needs a crit rate substat, and then this build would have been better with this feather. It just makes me sad that I have to toss that now. It's pretty hilarious though. See if it moved at all, because either way, it's not better than this one. But I need to see its actual spot. Okay, my spot is 16. I lost 3 positions by just simply losing the crit rate and having some HP percent. It even had a little bit more ER. That's how much that crit rate matters. Well, I guess I should have expected that. Well, it's worth trying this. A part of me would keep it for some external reason, but I have better pieces. Even though some of them aren't considerably better, this piece is very nice for official. This... Did I try this one? Oh no, because I'm under 200% ER. Yeah. Yeah, I can't run that piece because I need more ER. I would need... Yeah, that kind of sucks. Anyways. Put that back. Boom. Boom.
There's still a lot left to do.
What? White or black shorts on Frina? What? She can do white or black. It's just right now she's on black. Because that's her default. She had now defaulted black instead of being white originally. Well, when we first meet her anyways. But I find that kind of like ironic and kind of weird, but you know. Okay. I'm gonna do this now. Ba, 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 ba. It's still really sad that it puts me at 16. I lost 3 spots. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It could have been worse, but yeah, it's just sad. It's just sad. That's that. Well, that's getting rid of a really decent piece, though. Oh, I see now. Yeah, she can change her color scheme. Or do you not remember that? When I play as her, she changes her clothing depending on what stance she's in due to the mechanics of Fontaine. Okay, sure, why not this one? Okay. Her hair also grows longer because her hair is not short. She originally has twin tails. This is what she usually looks like. White shorts, even the inside of the shirt is black. And the design on the backside of what would you call that? On the back of her. Well, either way, that back there also changes color. Hair gets longer and whatnot. Yeah. Same details. Hair is short, which is interesting. Then the colors come on the back changes. Yeah. Pretty cool. I wish her shoes changed color, but I guess that'd be asking for a lot. I'd be asking for a lot. I'm happy we finally got a crit circle from our Shasei Hunter. That's going to be useful for somebody now. I do actually have a reason to use that, even though the circle had piss poor substats. I just hate that I have to toss this one. I don't want to toss it, but it's just not good enough. It has to have 30 crit damage for me to hold on to it. But even if this had 30 crit damage, I probably would never use it. The same problem I had with like my Crimson Witch Feather that has 30 crit damage, I don't know what to do with it. That extra crit rate could have made a difference, but having the crit rate stuff that's better than not having it, because it's even worse for me to use this, as it would just be a potential off piece or for a specific build, which my friend doesn't really want this. Kinda sucks. Improving this is gonna be hard. This was a 3-line artifact that gave energy recharge on the last set. I feel like in order for me to improve my build, I had a piece that had double HP, flat HP, and HP percent, and it ended up being worse. So I'll keep this one, but this is what sucks, is that I could accept keeping a piece that looked like this, but I can't even keep pieces that give like 1 crit and 2 crit damage rolls anymore. The only excuse for this one, because it's giving an extra attack percent roll, this piece was hella worth it. But I hope I can replace some of these pieces one day. My Barbara is holding on to what my current build is going to be on Nouvelette, as far as I know. Well, he's not going to use this. This was for reference in case. But I felt like I have a feeling I'm going to end up using this on-set HP Goblet, which I found out for Nouvelette, an HP Goblet compared to a Hydro Goblet isn't really that far apart. I was really surprised because I thought it was going to be, but I guess not. But I decided I'm going to end up using this circlet on him because, I mean, perfect substats. It got some ER, which helps. I don't know what I'm going to do with Sans, but I can't get rid of this, even though I can't use it. Like, it sucks that if this piece had one more crit rate roll instead of that energy recharge roll, this piece could have been decent enough to use. Or it could have had a crit damage roll and it probably would have been pretty good. I don't know. Oh, is there a reason why I kept that? Oh. I don't think I'm going to use this now because I want to try to find a balance of crit rate and I am struggling to do so. It's something I've learned. And also, now that I have an option for a crit rate circlet, if by actually no, I was gonna say if by some chance I don't get Nouvelette's weapon or I change his build entirely for something or another, I'll end up experimenting with him a lot because of how he needs to be built. I still would love the HP circlet on him, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Happy I got rid of that other piece earlier, but now I got this one. I can't. let go of it because even though it's such a bad, the crit damage is good enough. And then I got this thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. It's like a part of me wants to toss it, but a part of me in the back of my head, I've seen people showcase it talk about Shangyun throughout the past 2 weeks now, and she wants a lot of attack percent like Shinhan and ER, which that's assuming this ends up being an off piece. I know I have an attack goblet waiting for it actually, so this could be a piece that I could very well use. I'm just wondering if that crit damage is going to be wasted or not, because I like always having crit rate, but that's assuming I put Favonius on her, but she's a Catalyst character, so I'm probably going to use Prototype Amber, so this piece could still be good, which is why I'm rambling about this. Man. Actually, I was about to get rid of this, but I don't think I'm going to. I probably will have to look at artifacts later, because right now I don't feel like I should do this. I know my Navia build is on Ningguang right now. I'll keep Marachase on I'll keep my Marachase build on Noelle for now. It's something I want to do an onset circlet and go for an onset Sans, but I realized after trying to mess with it that it's just not easy. Like I thought it was, but it just isn't easy to like slot it. The sad reality of it is I noticed I can't even get close to 60. This is the highest. No, the highest is 54 crit rate with Marachase Hunter for me. Which, it's like, it's not bad crit rate. Like, technically, with 36 more, I'm like hovering over 80 crit rate in this build, right? So it's
I
not
wonder
completely
when I'll be
horrible,
as tall as my big
but
sister.
it just makes me a bit sad. I still don't know if this weapon is really helping me, because I tried to use this for reference, but it's kind of hard to do, because if it's like 38 instead of 45 like this, that would be how much Nuvla's crit damage is without a crit weapon. That's assuming, so I don't know. And then I just have Traveler just being here existing. Oh, I gave him that thing? That's a no-no. Why do I have him on that? I guess I was just cooking something weird. I wanted to be like, yeah, let's just use that for the event, of course. Uh, so we're gonna do the event, the last little story quest thing, and then I'll be ending the stream afterward. This stream's not gonna be that long, to be fair, but oh, I forgot to try this. Oh, I was hoping you'd get crit rate so I have an excuse to try an animal goblet for once. Oh well, completely forgot to roll that though. So far, building up artifact inventory all over again. Doesn't feel quite bad doing this. How much extra do I have though? Okay, I mean, it's not that much. My biggest problem is all these extra ones. Hmm. That just hurts looking at that one. This one did the opposite, which, if this had ER, this piece could have actually very well been used. My very first 5-star artifact, I still need to toss that one day. I wish I could use this. I still can't use this, so I realize how much I rely on needing an ER subset on that with good crit value. That's just not going to be easy. Hmm. This piece I'm still iffy about tossing. All these other ones I want to toss, but I keep every now and then just wanting to roll an artifact slowly. Because I feel like my luck is better suited for that. At least that's what it feels like lately. Anyways, I guess we should just do this now. I'll do these on Tuesday. Might activate that real quick. I forgot I saw a chest around here. Huh. So I didn't realize there was an event over here. Storyteller. Oh, wait. What? Storyteller? Flaming lights painting the sky. Should I bother reading this? I feel like I don't want to deal with that. So what is this for? That spirit child illuminated by a glow of fireworks? Hmm. Wait, what is this? Could it say that your spirits have improved? To run into you today truly is a good fortune. So she's someone we've met before? Huh. Genshin's racing challenge as a... you use it as a reference? It's something... I don't know. What is this? It says it's racing. I don't know. I thought it was like the picture World Quest thing, but I don't think the picture making World Quest. I don't remember what this is. So what is this? Oh, wait, what is this? Have put a racer child together. Wait, it's not that one, is it? I don't think so. I was hoping at that other event, but that's not during this cycle. That's after this ends, probably most likely. I'm looking forward to the other combat events during this patch. I believe this event doesn't have combat events. There's two different events that have to do with competing against another player. And I think that might be the other one. I don't know what this is though. Yeah, I don't remember what this one is. I'll worry about that tomorrow. Right now, we got part 4 today, which I don't know what this is. At the loose end lately, so you decide to visit Chaoying Village, which I thought was Chiang Village, or I forgot how I said it, but Chaoying Village. I've been saying it wrong this whole time. Hmm. Oh.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot! Didn't Zhongli say Hu Tao was also planning on spending some time in Xiaoying Village? We didn't have anything else to do today, right? Why don't we go have a look around? Maybe we'll run into her.
Maybe we'll run into her. Why can't you just be honest and say you want to go see Huto? I want to see Huto. She may not be one of my more favorite characters, but I still like Huto, so that still hasn't changed. So yeah. What the heck going on? Hold on. Give me a second. I need to confirm. Damn, I thought something happened. What the hell? That was weird. Okay, everything back. I'm very blurry on my end just to look at the screen like this. Anyways, I thought something happened. Ugh. Okay, here we go. Let's see, Miss Hutao. Mm-hmm.
The mountain air is so refreshing. It makes Paimon feel like she could float around all day and never get tired. Cream! Gummies! Fuel fruit!
I think that's Hutao.
Huh? Did you hear that? Sunshine! Blue skies! Good vibes!
Good vibes.
Right? So Paimon wasn't just hearing things.
Good vibes.
That voice sounds really familiar.
100%
Well, we've got the
Hutao.
time. Why don't we go check it out?
It's 100% Hutao. The source of the shouting. As far as you make out the almonds, this and coca paste that. Sounds delicious, that's for sure. A lively voice invigorates your steps as you ascend the mountain in no time. It's Hutao. Hutao, the only one that sounds like that. Come on now. I can recognize her voice because I've heard it in different games now. But yeah. No, I'm stupid.
What are they doing here?
Never mind. Never mind. I'm just. Forget I said anything. What the heck is Navia doing in Chengyu Vale? I could have sworn I thought it was Hutao. You know what? I'm stupid.
Navia, Clorinde!
Why is Clorinde here? That's even more interesting. I didn't expect to find you Fontanians out here.
Ah, well, if it isn't my dear partners. See, I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today. I have to say, sometimes the Steambird's astrology column is spot on.
It's just your lucky day.
Are you guys
Lucky
also
day.
here to catch the festivities? Oh, and that reminds me. Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Yes, yes, to you too, Miss Clorinde. That will be soon to be playable, I'm sure. Probably, we'll hear news about you next patch. I'm sure you are on the cusp of being drip marketed as we speak.
Happy Lantern Rite to you too! Wait, if you're here for Lantern Rite, then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain? And that voice we heard, that was you, right, Navia?
Well, yeah, I speculated that by now because I don't ever think Clorinde ever has a loud voice. Her voice is pretty deep, actually.
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away. You've got good ears.
Yeah, let's just ignore the part where I thought you were Hutao. I'm sorry to disrespect that.
That or your voice is just really loud.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
Indeed. I suppose it's an asset.
Being loud definitely has its assets for sure. Yes, very nice.
Sure is! Having a loud voice is a handy tool when it comes to communication. Wait, that wasn't even Paimon's point. Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this deserted mountain. There was something about almonds, maybe? And buell fruit? Ooh, is it some sort of secret code?
Maybe it's like Yodelehiku.
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
She just wants to scream out, right?
Perhaps, but the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed. That's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to resist the urge to release those emotions.
I love that this is talked about because the one thing that isn't mentioned is that the Layla hangout event, Layla also screamed on top of a mountain in that hangout event, and I think the Traveler did too, but I don't remember if he had a voice in that. I just know that's actually what happened when we did the Layla hangout. So, makes sense. It's just the act of shouting and relieving stress is kind of a thing.
Exactly. You get me, partner. I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the locals around here, and they said it was fine. Apparently most hikers like to shout when they get to the top, so the locals are used to it by now.
Makes sense.
So, you see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their life.
Speak for yourself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Does she get stress? Clarence sounds way too sophisticated for stress.
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting.
Whoa. That's that's a that's a bit scary. Why do you want to kill something? Or you get stressed, you want to kill something. That's literally what that means. I know it's just hunting as the excuse to be like, okay, well, I need the meat, I need the food, I need the money, so hunting it is.
Oh, that's a pretty good way to relieve stress.
Bruh. Alright.
Hmm.
I don't know how to
What I
feel
choose
about
to
that.
hunt depends on my mood.
Who you choose to hunt depends on your mood. So if you fight something weak, it has some kind of reason, or does fighting something strong feel like there's a reason in that too? Uh, Depending on mood is very interesting.
Huh?
Anyway, why don't you two give it a try? Shout anything you want. It's a real stress reliever.
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relieving.
And I prefer to keep things bottled up. I mean, I'm like in the middle when it comes to this thought. It's like if I'm gonna be stressed out about something, I'd rather relieve it doing something minimal instead of exerting so much energy. Unless the energy really is meaningful towards that stress, depending on the boiling point, I keep things from being bottled up for too long. I just don't let it bother my mind. I do things that occupy it. And that has a lot of saying given that I overthink a lot. Because overthinking is like one of the things that makes things bottle up, which is not fun on my end.
Oh, I bet you guys are just too embarrassed to let loose. No need to be shy. Even Farina was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
Wait, what? Well, actually, I already knew Frina was gonna be in this event, but like, really? Frina was up here earlier?
Huh? Did Paimon hear that right? Farina's also here? In Chaoyang Village?
Believe in your ears. It is indeed as you heard.
I'm believing your ears.
Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
What the?
Yes, we could just about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?" So we hurried up here to check it out. And what do you know? Miss Farina was standing right there, all red in the face. She practically sprinted back down the mountain the minute she saw us.
Cute.
Ah, that reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me, I will figure out what I should do about this script."
Oh.
So, you could actually hear what she was saying? Why didn't you say so earlier? I thought someone was really in trouble.
I figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Okay.
Seems like you caught Farina in the middle of some stress relief as well.
Yeah.
She probably would have never thought. No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out here.
Sounds like she was alone, was she?
I think so. We ran into Nervalet on the way here as well, but he was already on his way back, so they probably weren't together.
Wait, he's on his way back? I would have liked to speak to him at least.
What? Nervalet was here too?
I didn't expect to see people from Fontaine out in Liyue at all.
What
Or
was he
Changeville.
doing here? It couldn't have been for vacation.
Of course
I
not.
think it just might have been, actually.
Really?
But apparently he only stayed for half a day before heading back. He's a very busy man.
Half a day? He couldn't even stay a day. I would have made him stay a day. I don't care what he says. I would have made him stay a day. Like, that would have just bothered my conscience, knowing that a guy could be so busy that he can't even relax for a day? Not even a day?
Neuvillette is not the type to take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step in the right direction.
A huge step in the right direction. That just would bother my mind.
Didn't Charlotte publish an article on the Liyue tea industry recently? Maybe he was inspired to come buy some tea after reading that article. You know, just like you were.
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you. The tea purchase is simply an added bonus of this location.
You can indulge.
You Fontanians and your tea drinking.
Oh, it's not for me. I lost a bet with Ridesley,
Uh,
and now I have to buy him something.
of course. And then it comes back to the tea, because Risley likes tea. Yeah, makes sense. So you made a
It was
bet?
just a spur-of-the-moment sort of bet.
Was it something you did or something that he did? Because it sounds like something he did.
Ridesley gets really invested in that sort of thing, but he couldn't care less about what he wins in the end.
Oh.
You could give him mint plants that you plucked from the side of the road, and he wouldn't even mind.
If only he was that easygoing when it came to talking business. In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Nervalette even mentioned it earlier.
Oh, the Songlo tea. That was from the World Quest, wasn't it? That was definitely involved in the World Quest itself, a Chengyou.
Yes, that's the one.
You didn't really buy 10 boxes, did you?
Please, do I look like someone who would fall for that sort of marketing trap?
I mean, I don't want to judge appearances, but we don't know anyone behind the eyes, you know what I mean? Either way, yeah, I don't see it.
That reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right? I hope it didn't put you out. You must have had other plans for the day.
Nope, we were hoping to run into somebody, actually.
Oh, that's right. Who tell? A few days ago, we heard that a friend was going to be in Xiaoying Village, so we decided to come and see if we could run into her.
Oh dear. We've been chatting for quite some time. I'm sorry for keeping you.
No harm done, partner.
That's good.
We should probably head out and look for Hu Tao.
No need to stay on our account. We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around for a little longer.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up in Xiaoying Village later.
I will keep that in mind if we don't come back here right away and have to come back here later.
Sounds good. We're gonna head down the mountain then. See you later.
Want to run into Huta because she barely appears.
What do I have to do to get you to yell from the top of this mountain? Name your price.
You really want to hear it that bad, huh?
Yeah, I want to hear you yell. I want to know how loud you get, but that actually might sound kind of yabai, so...
I'm just curious is all. I have a feeling you'll say something amazing.
I will pass. I prefer to let actions speak louder than words.
I like them words. I do like the answer saying actions speak louder than words. It always makes sense. It just sounds kind of sad in a way. I have a feeling we're gonna run into Frina and Hutel at the same time. I'm just gonna call it for... Oh. Would you look at that? I literally said I was gonna call it and look at that. Hutel, Frina, and Zhongli.
Xiaoying Village is known for its tea, but you know what else they have with tea? That's right, dim sum!
What is dim sum? Every time I hear it, it just sounds like some kind of like fast food restaurant. Like that's what it sounds like when I hear dim sum.
Didn't Gaming say something about dim sum being eaten in the morning? Oh, Paimon wonders if we can still get some at this time of day.
Afternoon tea might be more appropriate at this point. Why afternoon tea?
Oh, well that's fine too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is as long as it comes with some tasty snacks.
Of
Now,
course.
let's see what kind of yummy things we can find around here. Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Farina standing between Zhongli and Hu Tao?
Judging based on the hat, I'd say. I'm surprised Zhongli is here, though. I mean, Zhongli knows who Frina, is from the backstory and whatnot, and voices and whatnot, but I wonder why he's actually here with her.
Wonder what they're talking about.
Usually Zhongli doesn't
Zhongli
accompany
knows
Hutel a
a lot
lot.
of stuff. Maybe he's telling Farina about Xiaoying Village. Oh, or maybe Hu Tao is trying to rope Farina into being one of her clients.
To want to make a bet. Why are we making a bet?
Hey, this isn't the Fortress of Meropide.
Well, I wasn't gonna go that far.
But Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Let's say loser buys the winner 3 huge bowls of seafood kanji.
I forget it's
Since
called
Zhongli is
kanji.
there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame. It's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli.
Then I vote for Hustler Huto.
Alright, no time to waste. Let's go see who's right.
I bet you it's Hustler Huto, knowing Huto. But it might be just Jean Lee for all we know. Cause it looks like Jean Lee just explaining things.
Good afternoon, Hutao, Zhongli, and Farina!
Ew.
Oh, great. Now Paimon's shouting too.
Right.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
Shut the fuck up. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be out here, Jean Lee. I gots to say that. You have my utmost respect, man.
Huh? Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the Traveler and Paimon then?
So many chums in one place. Since have I keenly felt a passage of time since our last meeting. Well, last time we saw Farina was quite a long time, actually.
Looks like someone's learned a thing or two from Zhongli.
I must admit, I am a bit surprised to see you here, Traveler. But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over to that, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected. Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a happy Lantern Rite.
Yeah, hearing Farina say Happy Lanternite was not something I expected, because usually when they show regional-based characters in a different region, I don't usually see them during events very often, or maybe even this early on in the region, right? This is 3.4, after all.
It appears you have been to Fontaine then.
Of course, yes.
Given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss Farina.
That's quite high praise. What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli. Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of strength or wisdom. I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration. There is definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. I could tell as much from our conversation earlier. Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, there's no way he hasn't heard about what happened in Fontaine.
I mean, I feel like he keenly will probably find out from other people, but I don't know if other people, quote-unquote, adepta, even tell him things. He usually just knows, but you would always think someone like Jean Lee would be, well, not a Geo Archon. I feel like his vibe would have been Dendro, with all the knowledge that he spews out, compared to Nahida, or me just spitballing on that.
Is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
You could say that.
No. Yeah. You're no common tourist. I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way.
Huh? Does that mean Hu Tao also knows?
Hard to tell.
You may not have heard, friends, but...
Miss Hu Tao.
Miss Farina is now one of my esteemed clients.
Wait, what do you mean by esteemed clients?
Yep.
What is Farina worried about? Wow, was that delayed? Jeez, who tells esteemed clients?
Okay, you win.
Haha! Oh yeah, bet Hustler Huto. Okay, yeah, we're back to that.
Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
You have stash in your shoe? Why?
What's this about winning something?
Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us?
It was Paimon's idea? Why am I pointing the finger? You know damn well it was my idea.
We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to what you were talking about.
Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed that I was trying to promote my business to Miss Farina.
Yes.
That I do, my friend. What was Paimon's guess then?
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
Why did you have to phrase it like that?
By newbie, you mean me, right?
Yeah, she really threw shade at you.
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess was also correct.
Okay, well, then what did that mean then? Is it a tie? Yeah, it sounds like it.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
You see? Paimon was right too! Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a loser.
Okay, can we just move on from this? It just feels wrong at this point.
Hey, don't be upset, Traveler.
I'm not upset, I'm just conflicted.
How about this? You buy Paimonable and Paimon will also buy youable.
Let's not do that. Let's just move on from it. It just feels awkward now.
As for the third bowl...
Dim sum.
Since I was
With
the
friends.
subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck.
I'll buy you a bowl anytime you... What? What the... Why would I say that?
I was just joking. Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all.
Oh, really?
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important question. Something happen recently, Farina?
Oh, is this going back to Navi and Cloran's conversation?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangxiang Funeral Parlor and all.
Oh, we're doing this now? I mean...
Oh, well, yes.
Something must have happened for her to do this.
Oh
Oh,
no.
no.
Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deepest...
Can we let her speak first?
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
But Paimon just thought, since you hired the services of a funeral parlor and all... Hey, it's not that big of a stretch.
Sure.
Really, Paimon, it's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral?
No. But I could see someone ask you to do something in their stead. Like Nouvelette. Or at least that's what I was hoping. I would like to see Nouvelette and Zhongli conversate with each other, but I guess
Mr.
not.
Tao is simply helping prepare some props for my film. Not too long ago, I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now.
Wow, she got that invested in a horror story? I mean, I used... oh, actually, no. I can't even say that anymore. When I used to dream... Horror movies used to be, like, a big impact on me. But I never would feel scared to sleep. I would just feel scared to wake up. But I don't know how to explain that. But... I still... Because of the amount of years I've watched a YouTube channel like Markiplier, I've watched a lot of horror games. I've watched a lot of horror games. Like, to a point that it's like, it's not even scary. I actually find it quite enjoyable for some reason. It's just, the better the horror, the more impactful it feels for me when it comes to the creepiness factor of a horror game, or even a movie, rather than just straight up a jump scare, which I just find those rather boring at this point. But I still digress.
Anyway, that's not the point. Now that Fontaine's biggest star has returned to the stage, I figured it's about time the industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air.
You might even call it a breath of fresh tea air. What? Tier or what? What did that mean?
Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to remember that for my ad posters.
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just to enlist the services of Longsheng Funeral Parlor?
It sounds like sponsorship at this point.
Well, not exactly. My original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights. But then I ran into Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli, and well, you know the rest. I suppose it was meant to be.
I kind of want to know how they ran into each other, though. I don't know why, but I'm interested in that.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
Oh, there was more things to be considered fated about this Zhongli.
Zhongli sure loves his lofty turns of phrase. But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
Who? Who was it?
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess?
It was Nouvellette, right?
What? How did you guess that on your first try?
Blame Navia.
Very impressive, my friend. Your guessing game is spot on today.
I mean, it's definitely on point, but I would have loved to see Nouvellette and Zhongli's reaction towards each other. I don't know why, I just wish I could have seen the interaction. Wait, you tell me about your encounter with Navi and Clarion at the top of the mountain. Oh yeah. One look at a pitiful expression on Farina's face is enough to convince you to leave out the part about the shouting.
Huh. Paimon never thought Nouvellette would be the type to get lost.
Wait, Nouvellette got lost? There's no way. I can't even imagine that either.
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble. He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Yup, that's exactly what he asked. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route.
For him, though, swimming would probably be the fastest route of them all.
So, were you the one that pointed him in the right direction, Hu Tao?
No, I feel like it
Of
was
course.
Zhongli. Oh, okay.
I'm
never mind.
also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of direction.
For some reason, I didn't expect that from you. Not trying to downplay you by saying that, but yeah.
But speaking of your
Ooh, the dog in the
friend,
background.
What about him?
he doesn't get out much, does he?
He's kind of like screwed in one place, if that makes sense.
Ah, no wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite. I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
All in all, he was only here for half a day. I'm pretty sure he is the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
I'm sure he does. You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Yeah, he was still wearing the suit. Zhongli would definitely take a guess. He got the suit design. He got that specific type of drip, if that makes sense.
Wait, you didn't see him, Zhongli?
Unfortunately, no.
I desperately wish you met him. That's all I'm gonna say.
At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Farina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
Unfortunate. Damn, I would have loved to see the interaction between these two because I feel like Nouvellette would have been able to catch who Zhongli was even if he didn't have the gnosis on him anymore. Given that we know that he can sense stuff like that. Not that Nouvellette will bring up actual discussion like that, but it would have been cool if there was some kind of interaction, even if it was only for a brief moment.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy. I actually think you two would have hit it off.
Oh yeah, very much so. Not that we need to hear about Osmanthus wine taste the same as I remember, and where those who share the memory, he could share his taste of other things too when it comes to drinks or water. Yeah.
Is that so?
Okay, you cannot just do that. you can't you can't just turn your head and then smile. I don't know how to feel about that. Judging how Jean-Lee is acting, taking into consideration Nouvel's true identity, I would have thought, yeah. Either way, will we even talk about this? It'd be so cool if we could. Just all these small like semblance of things would have been just cool to talk about, even though it's like in an event to see what character reaction would be. Could Jean-Lee be avoiding him on purpose? That very well could be the case, but if that's really true, is there really a reason for that? I don't think he's afraid of him, is he? I don't think so. I doubt it. Maybe he's scared that it would cause a scene, but I'm sure he knows his identity. There's no way he doesn't. And I also think Nouvelette probably knows who Jean-Lee is, even though I'm sure Nouvelette's never seen him before.
Hmm?
Oh, I see. It is what it is. Truly a... Okay, buddy.
To borrow Miss Farina's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the Traveler around, I'm sure you'll have a chance to get to know each other at some point.
The fact that you say that makes me wonder...
That's right. He's got more friends than he knows what to do with.
Well, there is something about me, I guess.
Well, that's certainly true. Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Nervalette into loosening up a bit. Just tell him the Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days. He shouldn't keep himself cooped up all the time. Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water every once in a while, right? If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself since he handles that sort of thing now, but you know what I mean.
What do you mean by he had to approve it himself? Like, he is the person that has to do the approvals, so he had to approve himself? That sounds kind of funky, doesn't it?
Seems like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important.
To be fair, the impartial Eudex of Fontaine, high of the highest court in all of the land, otherwise known as the demon who controls all the paperwork. Let's not do that.
Sounds like a pretty uptight sort of guy, all right.
Well, my description sounds worse than it actually is.
In my experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
Even though you say that, it's crazy to think that Nouvelette's been like doing his thing for like decades. Like, decades. Like, Farina. A lot of years have passed. Anyways.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old.
I was right. Maybe decades was not the right term I should have used. Millennia? Yeah. Yeah, he's like as old as Jean-Lee, but I don't think he's as old as Jean-Lee. I think Jean-Lee's still the oldest person in Tibet that we know of. Not that we know how old Skirk is, though, because that's an outlier for another time.
You're quite right, Miss Hutao.
Oh? Traveler, Miss Farina, those two individuals over there appear to recognize you.
What the? They're staring over here. They're staring over here. I see them from the bridge.
Oh, it's Navia and Clarand. Hey, over here!
Oh,
the party getting bigger now. Oh boy.
We saw you all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
Please, excuse the interruption.
Oh, so polite. No apologies necessary. Any friend of the Traveler and Miss Farina is a friend of mine. Straight to the point. I like it.
Everyone circles around you and begins to introduce themselves. Hu Tao's eyes light up when she hears about Clorian's profession. Hu Tao? Is it because she can kill people? Is it about that? I'd rather hope it's not about that. Because, like, her profession of hunting and then her being, like, a strong fighter in a coliseum of sorts. I still don't remember the whole term and phrase for that. But I just know that she was usually used to fight people off if they wanted to fight against the court's decision to get out of going to jail. If they were so guilty that they couldn't do anything, they give them the choice to fight to the death or just take the jail time. But a quick explanation from Frina Navi seemed to dispel some of her misguided ideas. Okay, so it might have been the killing part.
It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Indeed. Then, Miss Farina,
Oh, yes?
when are you planning to head back? Do you need us to escort you?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary.
Why did Frina feel a little bit taken aback from that?
I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
I didn't mean it that way.
Right, I'm sure.
It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark.
Exactly. Just like in those ghost stories.
Of course you bring
8
that up.
paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye. But if you take a closer look, there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean? In this wood, where mystery screams. Ooh.
Okay. Wow, I didn't expect that reaction from her.
My dear demoiselles, ladies, no, I mean friends, please take me with you.
Hu Tao, why did you do this to the poor girl?
Of course.
Frina.
Gotta say, Farina, you are really quite the character. By the way, did I hear you mention that Clorian used to work under you? Then you must have also been a leader at some point.
Well, that's, all in the past now. Besides,
Yeah.
being a leader is hard. It wasn't the right job for me. I prefer how things are now. I can come and go as I please, and get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Xiaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
Well, have you all had a good time?
Only the best. And I've learned a lot, too. Thank you so much, Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Dim sum. Is that some kind of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
Yeah, I still want to know what that means. It just sounds like some fast food restaurant.
They are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party. Sounds great.
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious, Paimon knows you'll love them.
Well, because they're sweet, I'm sure Frina's gonna like it.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait, but didn't you guys say you were here on vacation? How come you're all going home empty-handed?
You're not bringing home any souvenirs?
Of course I am. I bought tons of fun things to bring home with me. A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps. Oh, and a stuffed toy of a mythical beast. Clorian is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
So,
I see.
all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Sigeween.
Chlorand isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have you know, all the purchases I made today were well within my budget.
Okay, I need to reset that. This is actually quite enjoyable. I don't know. I love character interaction in this game. So, whenever we get to see it, even though this is just filler, it's still good filler. At least most of the time it can be. Sometimes it isn't, but you know. What about you, Frina?
Me? Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
So she ate a lot of things.
They should all be things I can use, I think.
So you fell for a few marketing traps then.
Now Paimon's even more confused. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? Into one of Linny's magic packets?
Oh, actually...
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Wait, what?
Oh, so that's what happened.
Huh.
Wait, what? Why did he take them? He's not hoarding treasure, is he?
That's quite the imagination you've got there, Paimon. Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we had and offered to take them back for us. I felt a bit bad at first, but, I really did have a lot of stuff.
Oh, so yes, you are clearly that type of woman. No hard feelings on that. I respect it. You know, there's always going to be that type of person that shows restraint, as there's someone who buys a mess ton of stuff.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the Fortress of Maripede for me once he's done with the day's work. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
See, even Chlorand was happy to take him up on his offer.
I suppose
If
so.
even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Wow, he seems like a real gentleman. Maybe he's not as uptight as I thought.
I mean, he has a vibe. You just need to understand his vibe.
If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful, proactive, and responsible as him.
And then you look at Zhongli for what?
Right, Zhongli?
Why do you gotta do this? What did Zhongli do to you? Sounds like something happened.
Indeed.
Zhongli doesn't sound pleased. Zhongli doesn't sound pleased.
Said Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to Risley. So if we go to the entrance of the Fortress of Maripede, maybe we'll run into Neuvillette. But we don't know exactly when he'll show up.
So, a story quest event at the end of Lancerite is forcing us to go back to the Fortress of Maripede? It sounds like we're going to the Opera Epiclese, though. Interesting. Either way, everyone else left.
Oh, that reminds me. A new year of work is about to begin.
Oh, the
If
girl
there's
is over there.
anything you want to talk about, Zhongli, you know you can come to me. I'm all ears.
Does the director have any concerns?
It just seemed like you were a bit preoccupied today, and much less talkative than usual. You barely said anything other than, "Is that so?" and "Indeed." If you ask me, I'd say you're having a midlife crisis. You're getting to be around that age after all.
What do you mean by that? He looks the exact same as he did thousands of years ago, but we don't talk about that.
Is that so?
Zhongli, you can't just say that. You know what? I'm used to this because Zhongli technically is a stoic personality, but come on.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I jest.
Okay, buddy.
Given its distance from the city, Chaoying Village enjoys a much slower pace of life. Surrounded by such peace and tranquility, I also seem to have developed a proclivity for inactivity.
Is that really what we're going with?
I apologize for making you worry.
think, Traveler?
Uh,
Is this atmosphere putting you in a lazy mood too?
I didn't think we would turn towards us. Anyways, out of mind, I would say different worlds should not collide. I feel like if I say this, Only might get what I'm saying. I'm gonna say it.
Wow, you are getting really good at these kinds of lines.
Indeed.
Yeah, I was right. I would love to just have a small conversation with Jean-Lee on it, but be as it may, it seems to me he does not like Nouvellette, much less enough to not have a voice line about him in game. Kinda concerns me a bit. Jean-Lee knows that we know for sure, because given his depth of his speech when he responds, he usually doesn't say indeed like that. He doesn't. That's interesting. Alright, let's hit a girly before we leave.
Well, everyone, make sure that you've got all your belongings with you before we leave. If there's any souvenirs anyone still wants to buy, the time is now.
Reliable as ever, Miss President.
What is that supposed to mean?
Chlorand is right, though. You really are reliable.
It's not what she's saying, it's the way she's saying it.
I will say, but I never thought you'd be so easygoing outside of work, Chlorand. The tone of voice you use when you're working doesn't exactly make you seem like the type who enjoys interacting with people.
Well, I try to keep my professional and private life separate. That includes my behavior.
You take care now, Traveler. Paimon.
Don't worry, your partner is very strong. Okay, buddy. Okay, Ether.
Trying to act cool now, are we? Well, I guess it's not an act for you, is it?
You are indeed quite strong.
We never fought each other. What are you talking about? You make it sound like I fought you before. I'd rather not sell yourself short. Talk about you are indeed quite strong. Strong in the will of mind, maybe, because I feel like the Fontaine story quest gave me a bit of an idea of where Traveler's strengths really do lie. But it just kind of reminds me of different types of people throughout this game. That Traveler isn't stupid, he's intelligent, but he's also very understanding of the small details, cover a lot of tracks along the way. So everything small ends up having a big impact when he's involved in something, just because he's probably the first person to talk about it or the first person to question it. Right.
It's been great talking to you all. I'm really glad I decided to come to Chaoying Village.
Yes, 'cause we got to see your cute face again.
Maybe we could go on another trip together sometime?
Oh, it just ends like that. I'd like to know what they said afterwards. Alright, well, now let's go talk to Nouvellette and mention something to him. Would this be the bad idea to do so? Something about that doesn't sit well with me. But let's go. It doesn't really sit well with me, though, because the thing that bothers me about this is that if we mention Jean-Lee, will Nouvellette know who he is? I don't have him yet in the game, but he has to talk about the Archons, right? I remember I saw a voice sign on YouTube when he first released, and apparently there was a voice sign of him laughing about the fact that Venti and Jean-Lee are faking their visions as an Archon. It has to be something for a reason why Jean-Lee doesn't want to see him. Is he afraid of him? Like, that's what my thought was. Was he afraid of him? Or is he embarrassed by him? I mean, he had the power of a Gnosis plus some because he's a dragon. So, something told me he was either afraid of him or something else. Can we do this? Nope, we still can't. So, probably 4.6, that will increase. That was something I wanted to check. Alright, time for the long trek around here. It's been a while since we've actually been in this area of Fontaine, to be fair. Oh, Nouvellette's just standing there. How convenient. Will this be weird to just run into him and be like, yeah, let's run into him out of nowhere to pay him a visit? I wonder what he'll be thinking. He might end up being the last person we speak to before this stream ends, but hey.
Look! It's Novelette! We lucked out!
Man standing there, thinking menacingly.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting.
It's been some time since your last banner, my boy. I can't wait for you to rerun.
Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
You call this early? Do you always work this late, Novelette?
Oh yeah, technically we're here at the nighttime, man. What's good?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day.
You are way too busy.
I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little consequence to me.
Do you not sleep? Does sleep even affect you? That's probably what I would actually ask.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Chaoying Village for half a day?
Oh, yeah, about that.
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on any given day.
Okay, well, clarifying the lifespan feels so unnecessary.
Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying Village.
Well, there is a reason as to why.
I see. Thank you for informing me.
So you already delivered those gifts, I'm assuming?
Yes, they have been safely delivered.
I have to hand it to Clorant. Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty Udex at her beck and call.
Okay, chill out with that.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the goods on behalf of the staff of the Fortress of Meripede.
A verbal receipt of confirmation?
Verbal
Is
receipt?
such a formality really necessary for a small matter such as this?
I think he's mostly saying this because you're a big deal yourself.
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift, don't you think? Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of taking bribes.
About that.
Wait.
Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Oh?
Wait, what?
Why? What happened?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
Get half off? That sounds so fake. Nah, you can't just say buy 10, get half off. It's like buy one, get one free would sound better than getting half off for buying 10 boxes. Half off of what?
Ah, that explains it then. Well, go ahead and leave them to me. I'll get through this stash as fast as I can.
As fast as you can, chill
You
out.
have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
This is a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
While that is an apt description, it is in actuality a legal codex.
Codex?
A legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law was no different.
Okay.
Why are you giving this to him?
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness.
Judiciousness? I didn't even know that was a word.
As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a symbol instead of text.
Why is a
During
symbol?
my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts, so I decided to have a go. We joked with Clorant some time ago about gifting you a legal codex. So, here you go.
Huh, so he got this for him.
So that's what this is about.
That makes sense, no?
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
Bruh.
It is a very good attempt. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law. That's an impressive level of commitment. Well, a gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the fortress's showroom.
Surely there's no need for such a grand gesture.
Nah, you deserve it.
Just kidding. I don't have anything like a showroom.
Well, I was hoping there was one. Forget I said that then.
But we do have a storage room. We can put it next to all the mechanical parts Sijuin has collected.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the local spring water. The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion. If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Perhaps I should organize some time off to do the same elsewhere.
Did this confirm that he might appear in Mondstadt or Inazuma in a future Story Quest event? And maybe we'll actually see him there? I guess that'll be for another time. But there's definitely a chance he could appear in Sumeru, even though God knows when we'll have another Sumeru-based event. But I digress. As they say in Liyue, a balance between work and play is sure to keep your troubles at bay. Isn't that something Hu Tao says?
Then we are of the same mind. It appears my desire is justified.
If you say so, but you know you don't have to justify a vacation, right? You can just take one. After all, you're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you want.
He didn't even. The fact that he said that confused me, because I was like, that just doesn't matter. You'd have to phrase it like that.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration. However, after reading a few articles about Liyue's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at home. Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once.
And how was it?
Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous decisions as well. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. At first, soil from the ground is granular and unforgiving, but add the right amount of water, and it becomes soft, moldable, and able to take shape. In the past, I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted, but now I have participated in their very making.
Wait, so you just like making such things? That's very interesting.
This is also something I made today.
What the? It looks like a creature. It looks like a creature, but the other part looks like a. What, the term called ladle? I forgot the term of that. I would usually say it's like a scooper that you would use for like soup or whatnot. But I think it can be used for other things. Oh, ladle. Okay, I was right. Yeah, a ladle.
That's a ladle? Paimon thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
Yeah, let's just forget the other end of it and just the neck. Okay, Paimon.
That was indeed one of my inspirations.
What the? The color really matches your style.
Really? You like it?
Of course.
To tell you the truth, given your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped to give you the welcome you deserve.
Okay, you don't have to say it like that.
Around such an important holiday such as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order. But I'm afraid this is all I can offer. If you'll have it, that is.
I mean, if you made it out of hand and everything,
That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted.
I'm surprised he did that. I'm surprised he would just give this to us, given that I feel like if this is his first thing he ever made, I feel like he should keep it. Then I accept.
You are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite.
Are we going to talk to him about the Zhongli thing? That would be very intriguing. But is it appropriate? I kind of hope the traveler talks about it, though. He passed on advice to... Okay, no, it's about Frina. Never mind.
Approve a leave of absence request for myself. That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence, something which couldn't be in further violation of protocol.
That's why I found it kind of strange that he's able to approve himself. I feel like that's too much power, right?
But I suppose I understand her point.
Yeah, it's about Frina. I should have known.
My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does, in part, originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties. But it is also due to a lack of desire to engage in the human world.
Desire, huh? Sounds like we need to get you out there ourselves then, don't we?
But now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover.
I could have told you that, but I feel like our impact on him definitely shows here. And just like that, that's it. So very well with Nouvellette that ends this here. That makes me a bit sad. I would have really liked to, Man, if we got to see Nouvellette and Zhongli interact, that'd have been so interesting. Because they act very similar in what they do. But one is a bit more lax, while the other one's a bit more stiff. Zhongli is a bit more lax, but I'm sure he was stiff at one point. And Novellette's a lot more stiff at what he does. I still wonder. I don't know if my theory is gonna hold true. Will we get to ever talk about what Zhongli's thoughts are towards Nouvellette? Does he even talk about him? I don't remember. I don't remember if he did or not. I'm just gonna check anyways. Yeah, I don't think he does. He does how I was saying, we'll save that for Friday. I'll have to really remember to do all that. So yeah, he doesn't talk about him. That's so interesting. Given that I feel like the impact that his existence has on Teyvat is quite a big deal. And all Zhongli tells about is usually people regarding from the region, just like every other Archon or character. But the impact of what the other characters entail, like Buer, which is Nahida, or Frina, which is supposed to be somebody else. Like, I've already forgot her name by now because we forget the actual Archon name. Oh yeah, Fossilor, there we go. That was from Nahida, told us that, yes. And then Ball, which I really hate that she called a ball, but Ball, we ballin', yes. Raiden Shogun herself, not the other one, which Raiden herself was not the Archon, which is something no one really talks about. But people don't nitpick it, I understand. The fact that the only thing we can go off of is technically the fact that she was an Archon alongside her sister, which is how I'm going to phrase it, because they both look the exact same. Looking into that and whatnot. It just sucks that it would have been really cool if we got to see both of them. I don't know. I feel like the story of Inazuma could have been so different and interesting if they decided to make the Archon kind of twins and we got to see both of them and together and interacting with each other. I don't know. But no, we go with the story of all this time has passed. This Archon has changed a lot. She lost her sister. And her negative impact affected her mindset and affected her people of her land. And our involvement is to fix that. After some time passes of us actually going to Inazuma. Just like how the story is anyways. But it's beside the point. That kind of sucks, man. Because, the most I'm going to get is, Frina voice line or other Fontanians talking about Nouvellette, which is fine, but I don't like that. I would have really liked to know.
I'm very grateful to Neuvillette for all the hard work he's done for Fontaine in the past few centuries. It seems he doesn't intend to investigate my crimes of deceiving the people. Anyway, we're no longer working in tandem. And it's been a long time since I've been to the Palais Mermonia. I imagine that this is good for both of us, right?
The way you say right makes me want to hug you. But, it is what it is, because I'm sure I'll figure it out when we get to see Nouvellette's voice lines. It makes me a bit sad though.
Lantern Rite marks the start of the new year in Liyue. In the spirit of the season, then, I wish you a year of success as vast and endless as the open ocean.
Can we go back to the other area? Or should we go down to the Fortress of Meripede and see if we can speak to Risley? Because you never know, right? I guess we'll do two things. First, I'm going to go back to Chaoying Village and see if Zhongli and Hu Tao are still there. They might be, they might not be. Their voice line probably never changed, and we can just move on. I just felt like checking anyways. Usually they disappear when we leave the area, so I just want to see that, if they did or not. And seemed that they did indeed leave. Only thing else I could do is go to Liyue Harbor and see if anything happened there. Because at this point we've been nitpicking a lot of things. Oh, now I know what this event is. After reading that, okay. This is the event that's not... It's a time-based, but it's just collecting stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I remember this now. Okay. Makes sense. Now I understand what that is. Man, it's not that a part of me wants to go looking around to see if we find anybody else. But the most I want to do is to see if we could talk to Risley. Like, that's straight up the most I want to do right now. But at the ends of it all I can pretty much say is thank you for watching this stream. Pretty much the end of this, because there's not really much else to show. I would do more, but I try not to exert too much to doing a lot of things at once. So I just leave it at that. But it does make me wonder, though. Because... man, I didn't think I'd be thinking so much about Zhongli's... The way he was acting was just very interesting. I can't help but wonder what he was thinking. It just bothers me. Because the fact that we didn't question him bugs me a little bit more. I'm sure he would have told us if we talked to him in private. But because we never did, all we can do is theorize. Damn it. Alright, we done then. Alright. That's it for a Story Quest event in all its glory. I like this event. The little bit of character interaction at the end was cute. I rather think that it would have been very nice to have gotten a little bit more. Just a little bit tinge. But when it comes to this little bit of finale, it's just cute. I enjoyed it. I still like the overallness of this event compared to the last one, though. But some people say that they didn't like this event compared to the last one. And if it's just because of the Hu Tao rap, I feel like that's the only thing that carries Last Lantern, right? 'Cause I'll be real with you, I didn't like the story that much. Like, it introduced Yao in the game with that event. But I didn't like it. That's how I feel. The event before it wasn't the greatest either, but it was mostly just Kuching story quest, which at that point I actually liked last year's Lantern compared to the first Lantern I took part in. I hate that I have to phrase it like that because I started playing on the first Lantern that I skipped, which the first Lantern that I skipped was pretty horrendous on its minigame portion. Pretty funny I actually missed out on that because that would have been interesting for me to do a reaction on because I heard it was pretty bad. But yeah, this has ended. I heard that you can get everything out of here from like a couple days ago, so I'm gonna need to work on doing all of this tomorrow. He said it's gonna be a long day. I'm gonna do all the event stuff. That stream's gonna be decently long. I'm probably gonna max up the fever, cause I don't know. But yeah, probably gonna do this right away. this one is probably gonna be the last one I do. I'll probably end up doing these soon. So only this event has one co-op event, because this is a single player one, which is just us doing, I guess, the collection type minigame type beat, but it's not the same as this one. This one is like competing with other players to get as many points as you possibly can, which is cool, I guess. I don't know if I'm gonna like the bumper cars from the Wushu dance thing, but we'll find out soon enough. Outside of that, there is that minigame that's structured with the same simple controls that was from the event with Feminine. So, I guess we'll find out if that ends up being interesting at all, even though I don't really care if it is or not. It's all Primos at the end of the day, baby. And we'll stream again tomorrow for that. I still want to stream on Tuesday as well, simply because of the world quests we still haven't finished here, which I will read them. Even if it's a world quest that I'm not super interested in, I usually want to do it. However, the Dealing Sands one actually sounds interesting, especially the way I encountered it, because it felt like it felt like how you would be involved in like Yakuza with the sub stories. It's like you walk in, you see stuff going on, you help them, all of a sudden you've started something just because you acted in that area. If I let it go and just ran away, I'd have never knew that existed. That's how hard it was for me to have realized that this could have been hard for me to like find out about. This would have definitely been a quest I would have never came across. If only I was recording instead of streaming this playthrough, maybe that would have been shown, because I thought that was interesting. Now, for this one, I don't even know if this one's going to be good at all, because I do remember skipping it like subtly, because I can't remember it saved my life, but I digress. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. The Genshin grind does not end, and we got some decent artifacts for once. We got a circle from our Chassis Hunter. We also got a flower that's a Xingyun flower, which is interesting. I don't know what else we got, 'cause I forgot. Oh yeah, I had a piece for Farina, but now I'm tossing it. It really has to be double crit. That just sucks. The most I could have hoped for was it to go into ER, and then I could have like changed this piece out for something else. But from what it seems like, I can't get rid of this. This piece is still very upgradable still. I still can see myself upgrading this piece. It might require a 4-line rather than the same exact, substats, just one roll into ER or crit, which would mean it'd have to be perfect as a 3-line. I don't want that, but if that ends up being the case, that'd be interesting, because I don't know any other way I can upgrade it at this point. I still feel like I can upgrade it, though. That's the thing that sucks, is like, I genuinely feel I can upgrade this feather still for Farina, because it's the only piece out of her entire build that seems the easiest to do. Because otherwise, upgrading this, even though this is still possible, it's shown to be pretty hard. I don't know if I can genuinely upgrade that. And I say that because I think I would need to be able to replace this one. I feel like my off pieces are better than hoping for an onset piece. Hoping for an onset piece, I would need something I don't actually have yet, which is an ER Sins with like HP and crit damage, which isn't just this. It would have to be like this piece. But this is the only piece I know of that would replace it. This is the only piece I could think of that would replace that ER Sins. It is legitimately the only one. The problem is, I don't really want to use it because I need that HP percent to not be too low compared to what this is. But I can't know until I try replacing it. but that requires a crit damage circlet with substats as good as this with no crit at the minimum. I have yet to get a crit damage circlet with that, so the grind is continuing. But I am running out of time. I just don't know. Next week,
If you lie on
even
the
though
grass,
I even doing it tomorrow, but next week will end up being not not next week, but next following Monday will be the week that we go into second half, which means it'll be already 3 weeks. This is ending our second week of the patch, so I don't know what's gonna happen. I know I'm gonna get the free gaming, so I can't wish on this banner, but sometimes I hate that I want to pull on this, but I can't pull on it because of one issue. My only problem is because I'm so committed to Nuvolent. Originally, I was gonna be like, if I was just getting a character and not the weapon, then I actually would have tried this banner no matter what, because I'm so close to pity. But if I win this next one on this banner, I probably wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I did. I always think, if this ended up turning out that way, then what do I do now? Now I have a deficit I have to work towards on the next character I want to pull for, which I can still guarantee him, but I can't try the weapon banner, which is what my problem is. I'm going to try the weapon banner because I like Nuvolet enough to want it, and I don't have a single 5-star catalyst. I really want to get a 5-star catalyst for Nuvolet that would feel like an upgrade, which the only thing I know of would be his signature, which, I mean, I still don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll just have to see. But right now, we have a lot of pulls. This is 164, I think. Given that we have 27, yeah, that's 164. Yeah, that's a lot of pulls. We're getting up there, boys. We're getting up there. 164. I knew this patch was going to be the patch where I start to skyrocket a little bit, which is why I'm starting to indulge on the primos just a little bit, but I don't want to keep refreshing too much. And if I want to add to the 64, which very well this is just going to be used for wishes now. A part of me wants to use this for other things, but this is either going to build up if I get what I want, or if I don't, I take from this. So these are just the extra reserves of pulls I have. If we take an extra 9, we have... Oh, we have 173 would be with the plus 9. Yeah, 173. I can calculate that good enough in my head. So, yeah, 173 pulls would be if I'm adding this to it. So, yeah, we're doing pretty damn good on pulls right now.
you feel the heartbeat
Problem
of the world.
is, my pity on the weapon banner is like 6, and the character banner is 69. I still cannot believe I got that wrong when I pulled on it. I didn't know it was that close to pity. I got very lucky. Man. Either way, we got very lucky, even though we got unlucky not getting a cookie constellation when we pulled. I don't know how I feel about that. Originally, if I knew a bear like this was going to exist, I would have loved to have pulled on it for Farazan. Oh, I would have loved to pull on it for Farazan, but I didn't think Farazan was going to come around. Right now, Wander is probably going to end up having a rerun soon. We're going to probably get a rerun for... I'll hate them coming up, actually. He should be getting one coming up. Nilu, since Nahida just reran. Nulu always comes out not too long after Nahida, so I wouldn't be surprised if she comes out next patch, which is going to reinvigorate my urge to pull on the weapon banner. And I'm hoping she ends up rerunning alongside Nuvolette, which again is why I hope that he reruns next patch, because if he doesn't, it is going to suck. I really do hope he reruns next patch. I don't know who's going to rerun, but I'm just theorizing stuff because a lot of characters are either over years since their last time rerunning, that is both Albedo and Ito. They haven't reran in over a year, which is really fucked up. She already going to come out next patch. That's a given since her drip marketing. So all the theorizing just comes to Fontaine reruns, so I can't expect a new character rerun that much. if it's those two. This is assuming that the banner subject does not change, though. There's rumors going about. I don't know if they're true. I don't want to sit here and think that they're true, but people keep saying if the banners don't change, if we don't get like triple banners, this deficit's gonna show again. Then we're gonna have people like Eula that take 2 years to rerun. Isn't something I want to see. That being said, they need to change the structure of what character deserve reruns and what character need to be put on the standard banner. They won't do it in this game for some reason, but other gachas do it. I'm just saying something about that kind of sus. No one talks about that because some people think this is their first gacha, and I've noticed even from playing others when I looked into it that eventually they put newer characters, not the newest, but after enough time goes, they put them on the standard banner so that they can not have to deal with the huge influx of current banner characters at the time. If they don't want to do it that way, they need to create a new banner system that reruns alongside actual reoccurring banner characters when a specific region's involved in a story, or not even that much, just in general. Every patch or every some days they'll have some 5-star character that rerun that aren't on standard wish but are still counted as limited but aren't part of the actual limited banners of the patch that probably won't be catered to the 4-star that are on the banner. They'll just have whatever 4-stars appear on it, which would make the RNG of it kind of bad, but at least you could go for the 5-stars. I don't know. That's just something I'm spitballing. It's something that's been on my mind. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. My name is Crytek. Have a wonderful final day of the week, and I'll catch you guys on Monday for Reset Vibes.